You're listening to For Better and Worse podcast with Rach and Jeri. Hi. Mrs. Parsons on the mic for the first time. She's
married.
Mrs. Parsons. Mrs. Parsons.
I'm Mrs. P now.
Mrs. P.
Mm-hmm. JP.
We now pronounce you JD and Barry.
JD and Barry.
That will follow us for the rest of time.
Yes.
Thank you, officiant, for misspeaking. And it always cracks me up. You know, an officiant is like deep in blackout mode, turn on.
Yep.
When they do not catch such a thing.
So Brady and I got married by the same person that Sierra and Corey got married by. Okay. He's a family friend. I've known him forever. He was in high school the same time I was, and I graduated with his brother.
Okay.
So we didn't think anything of it. Now, here's something about me. I am very particular. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Anything that I do, I don't want it to be performative. Like, I want even the smallest detail to have like a purpose or a connection to something. Yeah. And Jimmy, our officiant, has done countless weddings. Okay. So he just sent over a script for us to look over. One that included vows to the kids, because that was important to me. Because again, when you're getting married and you have children, it's not just about Brady and I coming together. It's about all of us coming together. I think it's important for us as parents then to make vows to the children, make promises to them so that they know, like, going into this new family unit, that they're safe, cared for, that they have support. So he sends over a script that includes something to that effect for the kids. Brady sends it to me. I read it. I call Brady and I say, what do you think? And even in that version of it, Jimmy forgot to change 2 of the names. Jimmy, I love you. If you're listening to this, I know Courtney listens. His wife listens to Ladies and Tangents. If you're also here, Courtney, I love you guys. I really do. This is all just funny. 2 of the names were not changed to Brady and I. So once I got to that paragraph, it immediately took me out of it.
Yeah.
And even when I was doing wedding photos, I desperately didn't want it to look like this could have been anybody in this picture. I want it to look like this couple. And so when I'm reading this script, even though I knew it was going to apply to a bunch of different couples, seeing a different couple's name in there, I was like, immediately no. So Brady's like, I think it's good. What did you think? And I said,
I don't like that other people had it.
I
don't love that.
I'm going to need to sit with it. And he's like, I thought it was good. And I'm like, yeah, I think I just need to sit with it.
Yeah.
It was also semi-triggering as someone who's been divorced to read a ceremony.
Yeah.
Because, again, as someone who's does things and with intentionality, reading things that I had once said before that always includes a till death do us part thing.
Yeah.
A forever clause, if you will.
A forever clause.
And it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, I need to sit with this feeling for a second and move through it. And then I got home and decided I'm just going to make some changes.
Yeah.
Especially because in the kid part, there was a lot of adult language there that I didn't think the kids would understand. My kids are 5 and 7.
Yeah.
I really wanted that moment for them to understand what was being said to them.
Yeah.
So I do my tweaks. I said, Brady, I adjusted some stuff. Can I read it to you? And he says, sure. I read it. And he goes, did you change everything? I said, yeah.
Maybe.
Just
potentially.
Just about. I tried to like trim it down because I know I can get wordy as a person, especially in writing.
Yep.
And so I think I take a little bit of credit for the mush mouth that Jimmy had
because
there was
like
a lot of words.
Yeah. A lot of words.
And it wasn't words that he had written or words that he had practiced before. It was stuff that I gave him. And I also think that maybe the quarter bottle of Jack Daniels Gentleman Jack that he had before the ceremony as well.
Oh,
could have contributed.
That would do it. That would give you JD and Barry.
Yes, but at the end, he's about to pronounce us husband and wife, and we have combined the kiss and the pronouncement into one, so that as soon as we're done kissing, we can immediately start walking because there's a song that's going to play. And he says JD and Barry, and I pause because I'm like, did I hear that correctly? And then I look at him and I go, JD and Barry? And he goes, oh. And everyone just starts cracking up laughing.
It was so good.
And then he did the correct names, and then, now we're married.
JD and Barry.
JD and Barry.
I now pronounce you.
Happily ever after.
I mean, great. And this is just, this is intro banter that's wedding related, because I'm going to cut into a Hotline Caller episode that we've recorded 2 weeks ago because we're working through that. But I was like, people are going to wake up on Friday and be like, what the hell is this? What the hell is this crap? I want wedding stuff.
Yeah. So if you want wedding stuff, Ladies and Tangents will do a deep dive on Tuesday.
Yeah, they'll do a deep dive on Tuesday. I was like, sometimes it's just not lining up for us to do things that are, going to be like
on time.
Yeah. Because we are trying to record ahead, because you and Sierra can record on tour. Yeah. You've done that many times.
Yes.
It works out. I can't record with you.
No.
When you're on tour.
No, not when we're on
No.
I would love to tell you about the necklace.
The necklaces, guys. Never forget when I text Jeri on Friday, I don't know, early afternoon, and I said, how's morale? Morale check. Morale check. And she just says, LOL. LOL. I said, good. Perfect.
I said, you want to check something? Check my location.
Yeah. And then I see that she's
an hour
in
away.
Canton, and then it jumped. You were in Akron. And I was like, okay, well, it's like 2 p.m. We have a rehearsal at 6. And you live an hour and a half away from where you're going. So this seems like an interesting choice.
Yeah. So.
And then I call her or you call me because I'm like, where are you going? And you're like, it's classified. It's a secret. I said, why would you tell me to ask you where you're
said like, all will be revealed. I was talking to you like I was a fortune teller.
Forrest is in the backseat just vibing.
What happened was I couldn't sleep the day before wedding eve.
Okay.
And Mosby woke up barking his head off at 3 a.m. Don't know why. I found out the next morning there was a coyote running around, so maybe that. Also, he starts barking his head off again at 6:40 in the morning. And that's because, ding dong, there's a man at my door.
Right. What the hell was that about?
I don't know, but I didn't answer it because
Brady's at home.
No, he wasn't home at that point. So I was like, I'm not answering the door. I, at this point, am a damsel in distress.
I'm a victim, potentially.
Yeah.
Of some heinous crime.
Victimhood right now.
This is some heinous crime.
So I'm not going down there. Ollie hears the ruckus. He wakes up and he's like, do you want me to go check? And I'm like, no.
You're 7.
No.
Relax.
He's like, I'm the man of the house,
I'm the man
obviously.
Of the house right
now. No. So we just cuddle in bed and wait till this man leaves. Okay. I didn't realize, because I was on my side quest, that man came back at 2:30 again. Rang the door. Of course, I wasn't there because I was on my side quest. And he left a note. He wanted to turkey hunt. He's like, I would like
coming
permission.
To someone's house. Let this just be on the record. Coming to someone's house at 6:40 a.m. to ask if you can hunt turkeys. Is it even turkey season?
Yes. It just became turkey season.
One would think
it was in
the fall. It would be in the fall.
Let me tell you.
Because who's eating turkey? I feel like eating turkey in May is a crime.
You can freeze it.
Ew.
Hey, no, I agree.
You're going to freeze a freshly shot bird?
I've told everyone.
I'm not a hunter, but I feel like that's odd.
Anyone who's asked, I'm like, you can't hunt my turkey. Those are my friends.
Yeah. Okay, so the answer was no.
Well, I never responded to him, and he never came back. But that night, in between Mosby freaking out at 3 a.m. and that man wanting to hunt at 6 a.m., I couldn't go back to sleep, and all I kept thinking is that all of my bridesmaids are moms, and they are going to wake up hungover in a hotel on Mother's Day because of me. And I felt this immense grief and gratitude at the same time. Grief-titude, if you will.
Grief-titude?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jen.
And I thought, I want to get them something. Like, I got you guys something for being my bridesmaid, but I wanted to get you something specifically to celebrate you being moms. And so I went to a couple places at my local mall, and I went in to get my ring cleaned as well. And I said, do you guys have anything that's like custom for Mother's Day where you could like add different charms and things?
Yeah.
And the woman goes, no, you're kidding. I was just in the bathroom thinking about just that. And I said, based on your answer, I'm assuming the answer's no. And she said, corporate wants to know something that we could improve on, and I'm going to tell them that you said that. And I was like, great. Okay, jewelers, I'm thrilled for you.
Yeah. We want birthstone items. We want mom-related items. K jewelers. Because
they
at
have
the local
They
mall.
have birthstone stuff, but it's like one set of earrings or one necklace, and it's just one stone. You can't customize it.
Oh.
And I'm like, almost all of them have 2 kids.
Yeah.
So that's not going to work for me. So I decided I'm going to go to Pandora. So I go to Canton. I go to the Pandora. I walk in. I'm immediately thrilled because I see exactly what I wanted to get you guys. And she's like, I wrote down all the months of your kids. I want one by one for everybody. And I'm like, okay, I need this many January. I need this many February. I need this many October, whatever. I'm going down. And she has everything except the 3 Octobers that I need. And I said, all right, Sierra and Rachel could go without. They would understand. I'm going to see both of them.
And we would have another necklace.
Yes,
yeah, like
you would
we'd
have
have another
something else.
charm.
Randy only has Dove, and Dove is October.
Yeah.
I can't give Randy a naked necklace. I just cannot do that.
But you could lie. You could have been like, here's this.
No.
What's Randy going to really check? But maybe she knows. Maybe she knows October is pink, which Elsie does not agree with, by the way.
A lot of
As
people.
I have a few birthstone things, and Elsie's like, this one's me. And I was like,
no.
Unfortunately, you are purple. And she's like, no, Pipey's purple.
Interchangeable, I guess. Whatever you say.
Yeah, whatever you say.
So they call Summit Mall, and they're like, hey, do you have any Octobers? And they said, we have 2. And
Summit Mall is in Akron, and it is
35 minutes from the place I was.
Yeah.
Which was already 35 minutes from my home. So I decide I have to go to Summit. I have to get this October because Randy has to have an October. It was my hyperfixation. I could not get out of it.
No.
And so
God forbid she get out of it. She didn't buy us absolutely outrageously priced pajamas. In case you're wondering, that my set is Free People. Never have I ever owned anything Free People in my life.
I got it from ASOS though.
Still Free People prices is what I'll say.
Yeah.
Because I put it in the cart for Jess and I said, I love Jess. I'm not in that tax bracket for $100 pajamas.
You know what's...
But don't get me wrong. I wear them all the time. And it's proof that if you invest in clothes that are good quality and feel nice, you will wear them all the time. And I should throw away all my junk crap.
Junk crap.
All my junk crap.
But
that's why I have my bougie friend Jeri, who bought me my first Pandora. Never had a Pandora in my life. This is my first.
Also,
you popped my Pandora cherry,
which I'm thrilled to do. It also has the warranty on it, so you can get the necklace and the gem, like those.
Whoa,
taken care of.
And that's crucial.
Absolutely,
it's crucial for me.
Absolutely. I love that you say your bougie friend. This is literally from Goodwill.
I know, but you know,
I'll wear Goodwill, but I want to get you guys Free People in Pandora.
Yes.
Because in my mind, take away my grief-titude for the Mother's Day thing. I was just endlessly grateful for everything you guys did up until the wedding, like the bachelorette party, investing in dresses and time spent away from your families. And also, like, I know it can be stressful and it's a lot. And so, like, nothing ever felt like enough.
Jeri, it was not stressful.
Well, the
bachelorette party, that had stress. Again, I think I said this on the batch party episode. Planning an event is stressful. no matter how you shake it.
Yeah.
You just got to plan an event you want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt about the bachelorette party. That's how I felt about my wedding. And I hope you felt the same about your wedding. I hope you were like stoked to go to it. There's so often that people just get burned out wedding planning and they're like, get this fucking done with. I hate this shit. And I'm like, no, I hope you love it.
Yeah.
I hope you can't get enough.
But yeah, nothing ever felt enough for me to tell you thank you.
I mean, I got a bag, I got swag, I got a Blissy pillowcase, not sponsored, could be.
Correct.
My friends at Good Children podcast are Blissy sponsored, and let me tell you,
Ladies and Tangents is Blissy sponsored.
Yeah, I've thought about it.
Yeah,
I've thought about a Blissy, and now it's in my car in that bag because obviously that hasn't made it into my house.
You got to get it into your house because it's the best thing you'll ever sleep on, and I stand by that.
That's crazy. I can't wait. I have had to get my kids silk pillowcases because their hair is ratchet as hell. Yes. Okay, top tip: if your kids wake up with crazy ass, nasty ass hair,
on silk pillowcases is wild.
I mean, it's Amazon silk, so it's not great. But I can't. It's crazy. Meredith asked me because Meredith's youngest, Freya, and Piper they could be sisters. They look so much alike. It's actually freakish. And so we talk about them like they are like, what do you do with Piper's hair? What do you do with, like how do you get these children to wear sunglasses for their blue eyes? It's like, they are not related. But we pass hair tips along all the time. And I was like, Piper is not staying on her silk pillowcase. Yeah. That's our current issue.
You have to stay put. You have to get her a silk helmet.
A bonnet.
Yeah.
She does have a silk bonnet for Freya. And I'm like, there's just no way in hell that Piper would keep that on. It's this fine curly hair.
Did you know though that there was a shooting at Summit Mall as soon as I was gone?
I did because I was in real time. Like Josh works from home on Fridays. So I was like telling him that you were at Summit Mall. And he was like an hour. He said, when was Jeri at Summit Mall? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I think she left around like 3:30, 4 o'clock. And he was like, there's a shooting there right at that time. And I was like,
yeah,
I won't be bringing that up to her.
It was so funny. Everybody kept doing that. Everyone kept being like, does Jeri know about this? Does Jeri know about this? Like if things happened or changed. And I'm like, Jeri's not stressed. Like, I'm totally
but
fine.
just so you know, like, I didn't want you're witchy. I'm like, I don't want there to be like a bad omen or just negativity.
No. I was very grateful that because
I also knew that. I mean, I feel like Brady lives on a police scanner. Yeah, I feel like he's got his nose on the button, his finger on the
pulse.
Sure,
of crime. No, he didn't know.
He's got his finger on the pulse of crime. No, Brady Parsons.
He didn't know. His mom had to say something at the rehearsal dinner, and so that's when I found out. I didn't know.
It was outside of Summit Mall. Wasn't in the mall.
Correct, okay, but they still locked the mall down.
Of course, yeah. But I just mean. Yes. Much scarier a gunman in a mall than like on the streets. I don't know why.
Well, he was in the parking lot, I think. Which I'm grateful that I was
guns
just
away.
In and out.
Put them away and relax. Have a conversation.
Yeah.
Bring back knife fights. Like stop shooting people.
Hey, we don't need knife fights either. We don't need knife fights.
You just think of West Side Story.
No, we just need to bring back rock, paper, scissors. That's how we settle it.
Or just like calling people bag of cunts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring back
there was a man
verbal
throwing
attacks.
Absolute verbal assaults outside Summit Mall.
Right. But you know what I mean? Like I'd rather be stabbed in the hand than shot.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like
I mean, no, I don't want either one actually.
But if you had to choose.
Neither. I can't choose either. You just said I was witchy. And now I'm in this loop right now.
Blah blah blah. Anyway, you're wedding.
Yeah. We were going to bury a hot dog the night before, but we forgot. We buried a hot dog the night of. I'll tell you that for free.
Which is impressive. I feel like the amount of people that get to bury their hot dogs inside of their
Perks is marrying a 28-year-old, I guess.
Hey, the stamina's there.
He was there.
I mean, the amount that he was drinking, it's impressive.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got food after.
Josh was several sheets to the wind. And I stopped drinking at 7:30 p.m. because I said, I don't want to disrupt my REM. I said, I have the opportunity to sleep without my kids.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ruin that. I don't want to, because what happens when I binge drink? I wake up at 3 to 4 in the morning with a heart rate of 120. And
it's not good for anyone.
It's not good for anyone. I don't feel well. Mm-hmm. And I said, I've had my fun. And I continue to have fun without alcohol. So I'll be doing that. And I'm going to stop drinking so I can.
I stopped drinking too. As soon as Brady and I went and took sunset photos, he picked me up and spun me around. And I was like, oh, I feel the palomas hitting. And so I stopped and was just carrying around a pitcher of water that I was drinking out of.
It was a great look. But yeah, when we were driving back home, because I could drive home to the hotel, Josh said, I'm not in it today. I'm sorry. He said, I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry, babe. And then I'm like, say less. I'll go to sleep immediately. I can't wait. And of course, like, I'm asleep, curled up. And he's like, hey, babe, I think I was lying. And I said,
too late.
Can't take it back.
No takesies backsies.
I'll see you in the morning. Okay?
I'll
get you in the morning. Yep. But again, I love knocking boots in the morning. Don't get me at night. I'm not in the mood for this crap.
No, morning's good.
No, morning's good. It never happens anymore with the children.
It's almost impossible.
Almost impossible. It's crazy. But I love a little knocking boots in the morning. Anyway, your dress was insane.
Thank you.
Insane. So good.
That man.
How'd you feel?
I felt great.
Guys, I took a back ass seat and it was weird. And I feel like I'm going to regret it as I go through footage. And I'll be like, I wish I was there. I wish I was there. But I just knew that I did not have that capacity. You know, I was like, I've never just been a bridesmaid. I've hired someone who is beyond capable of documenting this. And Madison was there. So she was kind of hybrid shooting.
Yep.
Because I only had one videographer, and sometimes like they're not there. Sometimes they're doing something else, and you don't get the, I didn't get
one time I heard you go, Mads, get that. Mads, we get that. She's like, I got it.
It's like, I don't want to, I just didn't want to chase him down.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to do that. But, so I just got to be a bridesmaid, and it was bonkers, but I feel like that meant I missed so much.
Yeah.
I missed so much, but I also was like, didn't want to rob you of the experience of just like having that wedding, like just you had the professionals there and you knew them, obviously. You had Jess and Mads, but like I feel like there's a difference there of
I don't know that I would have felt any type of way. I'm happy that you didn't have that pressure, like that you just got to pick one lane and focus on doing that rather than having to bounce between jobs. And because I feel like it's very hard once you're in a zone to get out of it.
And honestly, I just don't think I'm smart enough anymore.
My
brain doesn't work
is you still can't sit still. You still want to feel like you're contributing to something. And so you were like, I'll go get a speaker. I'll take Sam. My sister was not feeling well. I'll take Sam to go get some medicine. I will go to the store and get stuff for mimosas. And so like you still were very much like, I was
turning wheels for sure. I was a cog in the machine.
Yeah.
Making sure things were turning. Because it's like, it's so funny. It's like,
and none of it was
I
ever
wish we had a
asked
speaker. And I'm like,
okay,
I will go get one. I wish we had mimosas. I'll go get them. I'll bring them here. Say less.
Yeah.
What was one of your favorite parts of the day? I won't like make you, but like, what is something that sticks out to you as being like, this is what I imagined. This is what it was.
I have probably two, and one of them was Brady and I's first look.
Okay, yeah.
And I always tell couples, like, your first look is oftentimes the most memorable part of the day because it happens before everything speeds up, before everything really gets going. And you can kind of take it as slow as you want, and it's just the two of you. Sierra came over at one point, and she was like, Brady is not doing well. He is red. He is like
before
shaking.
You guys saw each other?
Yes, before we saw each other. And I was like, oh, someone take that man a fan. And luckily I put fans in all of your bags.
Yeah.
So he had so many fans to use. And that was something he told me after we saw each other. He was like, that fan saved my life because he was just so nervous. I think he was more nervous to read his vows than anything. Yeah. But the second he saw me, he basically just like collapsed.
I know. I did see that. I did. Yeah. I was getting a couple things on my phone for little stuff that I do. Anyway.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. But so cutie. I cut one up. I gave you that clippy.
Yes.
Of what I got through the windows.
He he read his vows, and my favorite part, and I think I told everyone this story, is when he was reading his vows, he got really emotional and he was pausing because he was trying to collect himself before reading the next sentence. And he paused to himself, and I think I told you about this, and he went, come on now.
Come on now.
To try to like get himself
Come on now.
to pull it together. And I was like, I don't know where you get this Southern accent from, but I love it. I love it. Come on now.
Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
So fun. So the first look was
that was probably
everything you
one of my
imagined.
tops. Yeah. The boys walking me down the aisle was another one, probably.
Yeah, they did so good.
And then I would say all of the dances, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was also
so
good.
Sweet. She, the other little tidbit I'll get, I know you and Sierra will talk about this, because you gave Brady's parents like an opportunity at a first look. Did you pick your song, or not a first look, at their first dance? Did you pick the song? Like, was it their song? Because you picked a country song.
So it's that is a story in itself.
Okay.
So
should we save that?
Yeah, I'll save
go
that
to Ladies
one.
and Tangents for that.
Yeah.
But she gave space for Brady's parents, who are just wonderful people.
Yeah.
And Sierra will obviously be able to speak to it more.
Yeah.
But their first dance. And it was just, Susan is just a wonderful, lovely lady.
She is.
And
she is so special. And honestly, like even the father-daughter, mother-son dances where my dad and I danced to My Girl, and partway through the song, we invited anyone else in who was at the wedding. Yeah. If there were mother and sons there or father or daughters there to come out and dance with us. And all of Brady's brothers have daughters. Yeah. And so they all got to come out with their daughters cute. And dance. And my dad and I just like looking around and
that was so good.
Everyone. Yeah.
And where I'll leave us is the cookie table was fantastic. And as someone who graces a cookie table professionally,
top tier.
I'm sorry, and I hate to throw shade. Most cookie tables are not good. And I'm sorry. I can tell that they were frozen for months. I can tell that guys, don't be afraid of a little sugar. Don't be afraid of a little brown sugar. I don't know. Sometimes they're just a little stale. Sometimes they're no good.
She asked me, she's like, was this a caterer? And I'm like, this is Brady's family.
I said, well, did you go to a bakery? Because so often they are so ass.
Nope, this was Brady's family.
I say that as someone who had a cookie table at her first wedding, not my second. Because I learned, guys, they're not that great.
Hey, the cookie table at both my weddings are great because my family did one for my first wedding and then Brady's family did it for our wedding. And
those peanut butter cup peanut butter cookies were incredible. So, guys, it was a great time. She'll see you on Tuesday, this following Tuesday on Ladies and Tangents to go over all of the details.
More to unpack.
But we're going to cut to the episode that we already recorded. So who knows what we said there? I haven't edited it yet.
Whatever we're wearing.
It's a Wednesday.
The Great Divide.
Friday. Yeah.
Episode.
Whatever we were wearing there.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Welcome. This isn't the third episode we recorded, and we are professionals, and we will be keeping things fresh as a damn daisy.
Am I married when this comes out?
Yes, I think we're going to switch it. I think typically we will do one full episode, one hotline caller, but sometimes we got to mix it up because Noah Khan's album review had to be released.
Yeah, it had
quicker.
To be more timely.
Had to be more timely. It was a time-sensitive issue, and I wanted us to stay a little bit relevant. Also, we had put it in there that you were getting married that next day.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But at the time it came out. So yeah, you're an old married lady. You're 1 week married.
Yeah.
Woo.
That gave my vagina flutters.
Oh, you got some fanny flutters in there?
I do.
You got some fanny flutters? I'm happy to hear it.
Yeah.
Jeri Parsons, everybody.
I know. Hello. It's weird. That was weird to hear.
I'm so excited. I've had you as Jeri Parsons. I think I've sent things to your house, and I'm like, I'm not using the other name.
You did. You have sent stuff
Jeri
to my house to Jeri Parsons. I actually knew it was from you because it came to Jeri Parsons.
I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, or had you changed your last name back to your maiden name, which I knew you just weren't mentally ready for at the time, I would have been sending it to that, and then it would keep you as Jeri Heron forever.
Yeah. Because I believe in that. It would have been tough to switch back to my maiden name because I was in the middle of tour. No, I had just finished tour, so I could have.
The easiest way to do is you have to put it in your divorce documents that you're going to switch your last name.
Yes.
Because if you don't do it, then it's a whole song and dance. I don't really know why, but you have to like decide right then and there.
Yeah, and I didn't want to have to worry about undoing everything. And people had already gotten my signature tattooed on their body. So
because you were already you were engaged yet, but
no, they were getting my
tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
So people are going to have my old last name tattooed.
Maybe we just put like a nice little cutie line through it and you write Parsons. That way we're just like, hey, update.
I've mostly just been doing JP.
Yeah. I love JP. That's Josh's initials.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Josh.
JP's. I love JP.
You love a JP.
People used to call him JP.
We, at part of the ceremony.
Did I make that up?
We are kind of taking a moment to honor the boys because, you know, from the beginning, I've always told Brady, like, you're not just in a relationship with me, you're also in a relationship with my kids, and we are a package deal. You cannot separate us. And that's been a very important thing to me throughout our whole relationship. And so before Brady and I exchange our vows, we're going to take a minute and do vows like to the boys. And we have rings on necklaces, and the rings have a little P on them because even though they won't have the same last name as us, like we want them to know that like
you're still Parsons boys.
Yeah, you're still Parsons boys.
Yeah, and I think that's special, so special. And honestly, Jeri, what you just said really ties into the Hotline Caller episode.
It
weirdly,
does?
yes, about you saying how when you, in an ideal situation, when you marry into a family that has children, you are the responsible party for knowing that those children come first.
Yes.
You do not come first. Your needs do not come first. The children's needs come first. And knowing that your partner's priority is to their children.
Yeah.
Like, even if, like, I think a lot of people, I know, like, Mads and Kara feel this to a certain extent. Like, Kara feels this to a certain extent of, like, no, I'm not Eric's mom, but I am his parent.
Yes.
And there is that boundary of like, he doesn't need to call me mom, but I am his parent. I take care of his needs. I make sure, you know, he gets his homework done. Like that responsibility, you know, Kara definitely feels. And I've heard different things from different people. Like, especially if you have older children, it's like, I don't want you to feel like a parent. Like, you know, and you find your own relationship, and there's no right script for a child because every kid is different and you meet them where they're at.
Right.
But I do think that in an ideal world, if you're a step parent, you got to know where your role is, which is you're someone's spouse.
Yeah. For me, Brady, his role has been man who loves their mom well.
Yep.
Like, he knows I'm not their dad. They have a dad. I am someone who loves and supports their mom, and not in a way that's like, I'm here for your mom, I'm not here for you. A way of loving and supporting me is also loving and caring for my kids. It's making Ollie a smoothie. It is helping Forrest get his shoes on. There's so many little ways that it's taking them outside so I can have a meeting and not have to worry about it. They're taking them down to the church to play because they need to run around and get some energy out. There's so many different little ways that he can show up and love me by loving them. Yeah. And it's also showing my kids how I deserve to be treated and how a partner deserves to be treated.
Yeah. And just like a healthy relationship dynamic.
Yeah.
And having that example, which is huge. But our Hotline Caller, we're going to do an email. Don't worry, emailers. We're not forgetting about you.
Yeah.
Okay. I will just read this now. I mean, basically no intro, but I do feel like we have a lot to unpack in this. So, buckle up. Okay. The subject line is daddy issues and crazy stepmom. Hello, Rachel and Jeri, a longtime listener, first time emailer. My name is Sarah, fake name. She, her. Long story short, as I can, I'm the much oldest daughter, 33, and after my parents divorced when I was 23, I moved in with my dad and took care of my siblings and him. Now I'm 33. I went back to college. I got a bachelor's and a master's in Scotland, by the way, humble brag, and living completely independent in the big city / state capital. I've had my own issues with my dad as of late and wrote him a letter telling him how I felt around Halloween. My dad has always come to me for emotional support since my parents' divorce, putting me in the middle of everything or asking me to talk to someone on his behalf, which is part of why I wrote the letter in the first place. 2 weeks later, I get a text from my stepmother. Let's call her Myrtle, which is insane alias that I have to respect.
Well, and also I feel like I get the vibes of your feelings towards this person based on the alias you chose.
Myrtle. Okay. Mm-hmm. Calling me everything but a child of God, saying I am selfish, self-centered, and she nearly regrets marrying my dad because of how awful my siblings and I are. My sister is 19, in her sophomore year of college, and planning to move into a house with friends this summer, working and paying her bills herself. And my brother is nearly 15, crazy smart, even though he never stops talking and constantly rage baits me. And I know he has a kind, caring heart.
This is spoken like someone who I feel like believes they raised their siblings.
Yes.
Because you just talked about them like a mom. Yeah.
Right. Basically like, bitch, you better have nothing bad to say about these kids because they're doing great.
Yeah.
Another thing Myrtle says is how hard my dad works. Well, yeah, he has to because she won't get a full-time job because then she can't help her grown children take care of their kids all the time. Since the letter, I told my dad I needed space and wasn't ready to talk to him. This made the holidays so fun. At my dad's family Christmas, Myrtle would not look at me or even say hi. That, and due to how she spoke to me, against my dad's request to stay out of it, I chose not to go to his house when my brother did for Christmas. Fast forward to now, I saw my dad for a bit at a family cookout, and he looked so exhausted and defeated. Shocker, Myrtle wasn't there, and I was relieved. But seeing my dad so tired because he works nights in a factory and is pushing 60 hurts my heart because despite my issues, I wish he didn't have to be so beat down from work and Myrtle. His own family has said they would support him no matter what, hinting at divorce. But the other day, my dad texted me saying he knew the reason why I wasn't talking to him, and he understood because Myrtle was why, but then said they were just in a rough patch. All that to say, 1, how do I begin to heal the relationship with my dad while he is with Myrtle, if that's even possible? 2, if I open that relationship up with him again, how do I set boundaries he will understand? 3, should I tell my dad he should leave his wife because she's the reason for this horrible exhaustion and hardly a good relationship with his children? If so, how do I say it? Write me a script, if possible. Sorry for the rambling, but this is truly the condensed version. Thank you for listening and trying to help me. If you'd like more details, I can add on in a separate email. Sincerely, Sarah.
Sarah. I don't know that you're going to like my answer.
No, you're not.
I think you have to do one of two things. Cut your losses or accept that this is your situation and adjust your expectations and comfort level to fit the situation.
Which sounds like kind of what you've been doing.
Yes.
So it's basically cut your losses to preserve what you know you deserve out of a father-daughter relationship or take what you can get.
Yes.
Which is what he is currently giving you.
Yes.
I do believe either way, you should flat out say, we are not close because of who you married. You are not well because of who you married. And I'm not going to live in this lie anymore. She doesn't like me. She doesn't like your other kids. And if you are prioritizing her over us, that is your choice.
Yep.
But you cannot be shocked
that I choose not to surround myself because you are going to keep getting hurt in that situation. If I'm going to take a step back and put myself in your dad's shoes, I don't know why do we know why mom and dad aren't together?
No.
Okay. Did they separate or is mom deceased?
Separated. They divorced.
So they divorced. We don't know why.
Like 20 or 10 years ago.
But you moved in with your dad to help with your siblings. So you must have had a good enough relationship with your dad to want to live with him again and help him. But also that tells me that
and he's raising the other kids, so.
That you're right. That your dad is somewhat
hands off.
well, I was going to say, infantile was the word that was coming to mind, and that felt a bit aggressive, but he's not able to be a parent to the full extent that you believe your siblings deserved.
Right.
And so I don't know why he married this woman. I don't know her, obviously. But if he's not able to cook for himself, clean for himself, handle a lot, like pay bills, I don't know the dynamic, but she must do something for him that being without her would make it potentially more difficult for him to pick up what she's doing, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Is that true? I don't know.
No.
Maybe he would be able to handle it. But if she wasn't there, whatever she was doing that he believes that she's bringing to the table, who then picks that up? Do you feel obligated to pick it up, or does it fall and now your dad's dealing with the consequences of not having?
Right. I would say just you feeling responsible at 23 to like move in and take care of kids makes me believe that he either didn't feel qualified or you knew he wasn't qualified and you wanted to help, but you probably took on more than was truly your role.
And my guess is he probably still doesn't feel qualified, and whoever this Myrtle probably assists in some way that makes him feel like, oh, this is taken care of, whatever this is.
I know a Myrtle, and I hate her. I know a Myrtle, and the people that know me know who I'm talking about, and she raised one of my best friends, and I hate her. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I've hated her since my friend's mom died because she swooped in.
Hey, if you weren't following these breadcrumbs before.
Bitch, I do not care if you are listening. I cannot possibly care for one singular second if you, for some reason, are stalking my podcast, you crazy ass bitch. I've had enough. It's been 20 years. I've had enough. But, my like I'm obviously closer to the situation with my friend, and she was younger. So she was 11 or 12 when this person came into her life. So probably like your siblings age. And her dad wasn't thinking about anything other than I need as little responsibility on me as humanly possible.
Yes.
I need anyone to come in here to take these roles that I don't feel qualified
and
for
don't
want to do. Yeah. Quite frankly, if I'm talking about my friend's dad, he did not want to be a dad. He wanted to show up where he showed up, and I don't think that's dissimilar from a lot of our experiences with our fathers. Then, like, I could say I said that on the episode last week of like my dad really didn't feel qualified and wasn't there for me as a young kid. He is there now. Yeah. He caught up, whatever. And our relationship right now is very special. But that doesn't change the fact that if my mom died when I was little, who would Larry have chose?
Hey, and I'll tell you, that is a thing. I know we talked about Brady. Brady, when he came into my life, I was like, you need to understand, if I'm bringing a man around my children, it needs to be a man that I would be proud that they turned into. So
a completely different perspective.
Yes.
Than you go into your first rule. Yeah.
Yes. I was like, I need to know that if you are around them, you are setting a positive example of like how to treat me, how to speak to others, how to take care of things, how to be a responsible adult. Like, I want that to be true. Not who can help take the load off of my plate. I think about this all the time with their dad, though. As far as I know, he's not seen anybody else. I know he's not introduced anybody to the kids. But that is my biggest thing. Do I want their dad to be happy? Of course I want their dad to be happy. Because a happy him is a happy dad for them. Exactly. That is the most important thing. So when I think about a partner for him, I just hope that they are good to my kids. That is my biggest thing, is if they are good to my kids, I don't care. I my nightmare is this situation, is somebody coming into their life and making them feel like a burden in a relationship that they have with their dad.
Exactly. And I think a lot of times fathers specifically, especially like boomer dads, I'm sorry, they didn't think about fatherhood as a lifelong position.
No.
Like it was.
Well, that's because the fatherhood role was just, I need to help create the children.
Yeah.
The rearing part, the longevity,
we can have fun.
the emotional
we can go fishing.
connection, that's the mom's job.
Yes.
Mine is to provide. And your dad sounds like he's doing all he can to provide even now.
Working so hard.
And that's, to a lot of men of that age, that was what they believed the extent of their...
That was their value.
Yep.
Their value was in their work. And
okay, and if that's true, then you better make sure that the woman who you are bringing into your children's life has the value that you would want a mother to have.
Right.
And what it sounds like is Myrtle is not.
No.
She's giving evil stepmother.
Right. We talk about this, me and my friend, who shall remain nameless, and I'm sure none of you can guess. Because we psychoanalyze a lot. I mean, me and this friend will talk over and over and over through the situation.
Does she have any of her own children outside of your friend? And okay,
that's one of the issues there, is because they didn't. Because weirdly, that was like the one line in the sand her dad had, is like, this is the only thing I have with my ex-wife, and I want, or my deceased wife, and I want to keep it that way, which was not the deal when they got married.
Gotcha.
And that was a resentment that was put on the girls and not him, not her husband.
Right.
And
the one who made the decision.
The one who made the decision.
Right.
And my friend, let's call her Addison.
Sure.
Addison has talked to her stepmom many times about, like, we held a resentment that wasn't ours to have. We couldn't get you pregnant.
Right.
Like, it's not our fault.
Right.
But
you're mad at us for being the kids that you wish you could have had, but we are the kids that you had.
Yeah. You're mad at us for being the kids that you didn't want to raise. You wanted us to be invisible in the background while you got to have your own kids. And because that didn't happen, all of her anger, negativity, whatever she construed as what motherhood was, went on these kids.
Yeah.
And it sounds like your stepmom does have her own children.
But that can create its own issues as well, because now it's a comparison.
Yeah.
Maybe
it sounds like they're older.
Aren't getting as much attention, or my kids aren't, like, I like my kids better. I think that they are better. Like, there's a comparison there.
Yes.
And I feel connected to them in a way.
These are my family and this is your family.
Yes. Which, again, problematic.
It's either you're all together or you're not.
Right.
And it sounds like your dad is working to support her. And I mean, I get her being a person who wants to help raise her grandchildren. I don't think that's a bad thing, but it has to come with some sort of, like, it has to fit within their dynamic.
Right.
And if they, their life expenses are more than they can afford, that, like, you don't get to stay home with your grandkids.
Right.
If you can't afford to live without your husband working 60 plus hours a week.
Right.
Like, that is crazy. That's crazy talk. But I do think that you're not in the wrong at all. And I think you're just trying to navigate how to protect your peace. And the unfortunate thing is, in this situation, is nothing's going to feel good.
No, but I do think that you can get to a place where it feels fine. As somebody who has a very complicated relationship with one of my parents, one where I don't speak often or see often one of them, I have gotten to a point where of acceptance. And so, like, there were songs on the Noah Kahn album where people were like, oh my gosh, as somebody who's estranged from a parent or a sibling, like, this song destroyed me. I don't feel that. I don't feel that anymore. There was a time where I would have felt really sad, but I grieved the person who I wanted to be my parent and said, this is who they are. I get to decide how close I am with them. And for once in a relationship where I felt so out of control. I have fully taken control and now am not questioning where my emotions are going to be surrounding that person. And I think that there is such a relief in that that you can find by just saying, this is who my dad is. This is the only way he's going to continue to show up. I can't make him make a different choice. I can adjust my expectations and I can adjust my proximity. I can adjust my time with them and I can decide how much of my life they get to be a part of.
Yep.
And if I think that making them more a part of my life is going to complicate things for me emotionally or in another way, I don't have to do that.
Yep.
I don't owe anybody anything. And I think as kids, we often feel like we do owe our parents because of the sacrifices that they made for us for bringing us into the world. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to honor your parents in that way, but you also have to honor yourself.
Right.
So,
and I think something that Addison discovered while really, I mean, for years, therapy for years, you know, fighting with this, was it my stepmom or my dad? And really wanting it to be the stepmom.
Yep.
And the stepmom is batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Let that be known. But coming to realize that her dad made the choice.
Yep.
And the choice was not his kids.
Yep.
And being able to hold him responsible for that, because for so long the stepmom was the cop out of, well, if she just wasn't there, if she just wasn't here, if she didn't have this, he would be free. And it's like,
it's very
some
easy.
people like the cages they put themselves in. Some people like it, and
or are satisfied with it,
are perfectly fine. But I feel very strongly that you deserve to share the truth, your truth, with your dad, which is you believe, as someone who loves him and has known him for 33 years, who has helped raise children with him. You have helped raise your dad's children, your siblings, okay? You deserve to say, I know you. I've seen you happier than this. I believe that this is directly related to your feelings, your health, your happiness. You deserve to feel better. Being alone is better than this. And I do not want to witness who you are in this dynamic. And you are welcome to choose the love that you want. And if her love is what you want, I hope that makes you happy.
Yep.
But I don't want to watch it.
I don't want to be a part of that. And I also want to add that you are not your dad's equal. Like, even hearing all of that, you also deserve to have a father.
Yeah.
You also deserve to
Those lines were blurred.
A child in this relationship. And they, as of now, and from what I've heard, you're not. And I know people who don't really speak to either of their parents. And for the longest time, they were like, my mom was so angry. My mom was so mean and she was so XYZ. But my dad left. My dad knew she was this way and left us with her. And so it can be easy to be like, I'm upset because this person is outwardly harming me.
Yep.
But abandonment is equally as bad, if not worse sometimes. And so getting to a point where you can also hold them accountable and kind of sit with those feelings, because I feel like right now it sounds like you are, I don't want to say making excuses for your dad, but your
anger is pointed towards,
yes, and it feels
Myrtle.
like you don't think your dad is capable of,
or that he would be happy and just without her, that things would go back to,
well, even you moving back in and taking care of your siblings tells me that you think that your dad is more juvenile or on a level less than you, at least in caregiving.
Yeah.
And so that tells me that you are not maybe holding him accountable for the areas where he has not shown up, where he's also not making her accountable for the areas where she maybe should have taken a fucking seat.
Exactly. And he's 60 years old.
That's tough.
I don't believe we should be giving excuses for these men anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry. You have got to grow. And if seeing the child that you raised be uncomfortable around the person you married isn't enough for you to say, hey, what's going on here?
Yep.
Why isn't he holding her account? Like, again, it's this something that Addison always felt is like, it's on her to keep the peace. It's on her to make her stepmom comfortable. It's on her to apologize. It's on her. It, like, every time her dad would talk to her, he's like, can you just say this? Can you just do this? Can you smooth things over, please?
I don't want to deal with her either, but she seems more mad at you than me.
Exactly. But that's how she works. And I think when Addison let that be fucked up, when she let it be like, no, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know that you would rather make me uncomfortable. You would rather make me apologize. You'd rather make me smooth things over than your grown-ass adult wife.
Then confront her about what's happening.
Exactly.
And hold her accountable.
And when she held the line and said, I'm not doing this anymore. I am not excusing her behavior anymore. I am not a punching bag anymore. I am not here to make your life tolerable and comfortable anymore.
Yep.
It really pulled the rug out from under her. But
it's a turning point for sure.
yes. So don't be surprised, even if in the ideal scenario when Myrtle's out of there, hopefully. I hope that for you, genuinely. Don't be surprised.
If there isn't a girdle waiting at the other.
Yep. Don't be surprised if there's a girdle.
And a birdle.
And a turtle.
Yep.
Okay? And don't be surprised if there's things that you have to then emotionally confront with your dad of like, why can't you be alone?
Yeah.
Why can't these old men be alone?
And it's hard when they're old men.
I think that's one thing that my dad really... You're
going to give him his flowers.
I'm going to give my dad his flowers because he, after his second marriage failed, he said,
I think I'm going to call it.
I think I'm bad at marriage. And he said that out loud many times. I'm not meant to be married.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm better with the birds and the bugs.
Better with the birds and the bugs. My dad's issue and autism is he really struggles growing with people. He really
well, because he likes his bubble. He likes his comfort. He likes his routine. He likes.
Yes. And my mom's very independent emotionally. You know, she never felt the need to like have the same friends or do the same things. Like she was happy like when she was young. I mean, she was 21 when she married him. He was 38. Oof. A little problematic, we won't lie. Okay, we won't lie about it. It's a little bit weird. A little bit scary. I don't like it, but I was raised in it, so everything's fine. But she used to like go bird watching with him, and she would just read books, and you know, she was in it. And then she had us, and then her life was about us, and she didn't feel like anything was missing. And then all of a sudden, my dad's sleeping in the guest room, and it was me and Laura being like, "Hey, Cher,
what's up with that?
That's odd."
Yeah.
And she's like, "He just likes his space. He snores, so I'm fine with it." And we were like, Dad, when was the last time you talked to him? Just as a general, like, caught up. And, you know, when my mom brought it to him, he was just like, I don't think I love you.
Oof, oof.
Wasn't true. Big bold-faced lie that I ended up, again, emotionally taking on. And he's like, I just thought that would make her happy to be free from me. Larry. I said, no, I think she just wanted her husband to love her. So
yeah.
Maybe clear the air on that because that's really been fucking her up for a while.
Yeah, you had a choice.
But giving him his flowers, at least he didn't say, who's next?
Yes.
What else is out there? He said, I'm bad at this.
Yeah.
I'm bad at this, and I'm not going to do it anymore. And
thank God.
Thank God.
Because a stepmom going up against you.
Cher? Oh.
Both of you would have been a nightmare. Laura, all three of you. Hey, it is for that imaginary woman's best interest that she never entered the chat.
I know. And something that I always think is funny is like
immediately.
If I think I said this once, maybe not, but when I think about my dad's first wife, also very funny, okay? My mom's name, Sherry Lynn. His first wife, Sherilyn. One word, Sherilyn.
He said, I really don't like change.
I don't like change. Let me keep everything as same as I can.
Oh, wow.
But it would be so weird to see her. Like if my dad ever was like, oh, this is, if I ever ran it, she'd be my dad's age.
Oh, yeah.
Like in my head, my dad's wife's 20 years younger than him. But like,
yeah, no,
it's always weird seeing him around like his friends are women his age. And I'm like,
oh
my God, if you dated somebody, would you date an old person?
Yeah.
Or would you be robbing the cradle again? Well, what are you into, Dad?
I don't know. I think that would depend on. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not asking questions, but
and you shouldn't.
I'm very glad my dad didn't remarry, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, these men are dumb.
Yeah.
They're so stupid.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Why are they so stupid? And if you have a smart dad who's like emotionally intelligent,
cherish him.
Cherish him.
Absolutely cherish him.
Because these men are hopeless idiots.
These men ain't shit.
They
never have been.
And they never have been. And we love them because they're our dads. Most of us. I'm sure some of us hate our dads. But but you should be, without a shadow of a doubt, you should be more important to your dad than his wife.
Oh, for sure.
That your comfort, your everything should be coming first. And the fact that is not weird. Like the fact that it's not is weird. And you're not the problem here.
Right.
Like,
but you do have to decide how close you're going to maintain your proximity to that situation, because you can't keep walking through a door where you get like smacked in the face.
Right.
And expect not to get smacked in the face.
And like walking through a door in a room, there's no space for you. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sorry.
And no one who's trying to make space for you.
You are accomplished. You are smart. You are caring. You know your siblings deeply, and you are excited to see them thrive. That is the energy they deserve out of a mother. That a stepmother, anyone in their life should be able to see all of their, skills and their gifts. I think about that all the time. Like when I see my kids and I think about them, their positive qualities always outshine
for sure
anything else.
For sure.
And if you were raised in a world where that was not, where it was like, okay, well, these things can be nitpicked.
Yep.
I think it's easy to be like, okay, if my partner thinks that, then they think that, not expecting enough. So you deserve better. Down with Myrtle.
Down with Myrtle. Maybe down with your dad. I don't know.
He might be the problem.
Yeah.
You can feel free to update us, give us some more lore on the man, but regardless, you have to let people's actions speak for themselves.
Yep.
Stop giving people excuses.
And you can only control you.
Right. Even if people go through the hardest of hard shit, they are still responsible for how they handle things. And at 60 years old, he's lived
not going to walk away. You can.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. So
thank you for being vulnerable and sharing your story.
Thank you for your email. Thank you for your message. We really appreciate it. I love a Hotline Caller episode. So keep them coming, folks. Keep them coming. And join the Patreon crew.
Yeah. We just did the last of the songs of the last of the bugs.
The last of the songs of the last of the bugs. So enjoy that this month, and then we'll be live later this month. And Jeri's married, everybody.
Woohoo!
Jeri Parsons. She's gone to the chapel. She's gonna get married.
Yeah.
And I've worn some sort of dress or jumpsuit. Did I panic order a newly? Yes, I did.
Me too. I tried all of the dresses on for Brady, and he hates them all. And you know which one he likes the best? The one that I ordered from Abercrombie that I didn't remember ordering.
Oh, okay.
So the original one.
So none of the newly dresses he liked?
Not as much as that one.
Oh, I want to see. I want to judge.
Okay.
Okay, let's go do that. Love you guys. Right. See you later for Better and Worse podcast. Yada, yada. I'm Rach.
I'm Jeri.
We're out.